All right, y'all. So this is how we're gonna do this. Before we even start this video, we got a special guest that's going to be weighing in and holding us down today, which is Miss Kiki, y'all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. And second, what I want to say is this: if I ever extorted you in prison, if I ever put my hands on you in prison, if I ever took something from you, or stabbed you, or had you in a predicament that was bad for you, I apologize. Okay. That was 10 years ago. Now, today, one of my sponsors, this is they hat. I'm going to have it in the comment section to their link. Um, so y'all make sure y'all go check out this merchandise. This is a Christian man that got his line, his merchandise. So this is his hat, and I'm gonna have it in the comment section pinned at the top. Okay. Now, again, I'm gonna say this again. If I ever extorted somebody out there, if I ever unrighteously put my hands on somebody, um, or had cats run up in your cell for whatever reason, I apologize. However, what I'm not going to apologize is for handling my business and surviving. So without further ado, this cat right here that we got on the screen, oops, hold on. This dude right here that we got on the screen right here, he has made a video. He looked familiar, but I don't really know this dude like that. So we just gonna see because I see this title say Dante Show Network Exposed. So let's see what this dude got to say.
Everybody the whole day. Man, dude punked Dante out, man. Dante got punked out in the chow hall line, in the breakfast line, man. He wasn't feeling that whatsoever. He didn't put his hands on Dante. He didn't swing at Dante. He didn't even attempt to. He was just running it. He wasn't even in Dante's. Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this afternoon's video, if you will. For you all that have been following me and, keeping up with my channel over the last 11 months, you'll notice that everything that I tend to upload is relative, is positive. I try to stay away from the negativity because it's enough room for everybody in this game, But at the same time, man, this character Donta, the Donta Network show, you know, he's I don't know, man. It's like he just loves to keep my name in his mouth, and I don't understand.
First of all, first of all, number one, I don't I don't even know who this dude is in reality. I don't know. He said that I love to keep his name in my mouth.
Yeah.
Until this day, have you ever, anybody in the comment section ever heard me mention this dude? That's number one.
It's
But
something about that name. I got problems with that name too, but go ahead, Dante.
okay, so let's keep it going. Let's rewind that a little bit back because I could be wrong. Like I said, this dude look familiar, but I'm not sure who he is. I'm not sure who this cat is. But let's rewind what he just said.
I don't understand because you know he is relative. Is positive. I try to stay away from the negativity, um, because it's enough room for everybody in this game. But at the same time, man, this character Dante, the Dante Network show, you know, he's I don't know, man. It's like he just loves to keep my name in his mouth, and I don't understand.
Exactly what have I said about this cat? My fault. Exactly what did I say about this bozo? That's more better. So let's keep it going.
I don't understand because Dante and I, we had a pretty decent relationship. So I thought.
When?
I've let him live. Now, when I say I've let him live, basically what I mean by that is he tells a whole lot of prison stories. A whole lot of prison stories. And I've been locked up with Dante before. I haven't done all of my time with Dante, but I have been locked up with him before. And a lot of the things that he says, I just didn't see. I'm not.
Okay, so let's do the math here. I've been free for 11 years now. So I'm really curious. You remember when you asked me where I did my time at?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember I told you I can't tell you some places that I've been at because there's other cats that still locked up and this and that, and some of the things that I say can affect them.
Yeah.
So this dude, he does look familiar, but I mean, you talking about 11 years ago, but we finna see what this cat talking
I'm not
He
gonna
about.
say
sound
that
like
they're
he
false.
from.
I'm not
Hold
gonna
up.
say that
He sound like he's from like the Maryland area though. The way he says character, like he has a little accent from like he's from Maryland.
Okay, let's see.
before. I haven't done all of my time with Dante, but I have been locked up with him before. And a lot of the things that he says, I just didn't see. I'm not going to say that they're false. I'm not going to say that, they're not true. But a lot of the things that he says, I didn't see. Like he tells one story about how uh, it was a dude and he was a booty bandit in prison. And basically he was saying that, he came up to him and he was like, hey, if you need anything, holla at me, let me know, whatever. My name Jingling, Jingling, one of them type stories.
I You could go through all my videos. I never said nothing about no jingling.
So, basically they came and told him, said, hey man, stay away from that dude, man. You see what I'm saying? Stay away from this dude because he's not, he's known for trying to reel you in, trying to he'll give you a
My question here's another thing. Why do this dude got my picture right here? You see that? Why is my picture on his screen like that? I guarantee you, this dude got a life size picture of me in his bedroom. I guarantee you. You see that?
You're the clout. I mean, If I see
bunch of
this,
stuff.
if I don't see your picture, I might not click on here. But I see your picture. I don't know if this is your video or you did a video with him. I want to see what it's about. But because you're on there, if you're not there, I don't want to see it.
He'll loan you a bunch of stuff. Then when it's time to pay him back,
Hmm.
he don't want that type of payback. So, he was talking about that. And don't get me wrong, those type of things do happen in prison. They definitely do happen. So he was talking about he was sitting at the chow hall table one morning for breakfast, and the dude came and, put 2 honey buns on the table and offered him the honey buns or whatever. And he was like,
I never ever said no crap like that. That a booty bandit put 200 buns on my table in a child heart. That was never said. Never said.
nah, man, I'm cool. So the dude was like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Us blacks, man, we got to look out for the other blacks. A lot of times it is like that in prison. You kind of stick to your race, in prisons. So Dante goes on to tell him, like, nah, man, I'm cool. So the dude, he's looking at Dante with lust in his eyes. He's looking at Dante as I don't know, like he's staring a hole in him, through him rather.
Is it funny? I think he just liked to say my name. He done said Dante over 20 times since this video started, and we only 3 minutes in? I don't know.
You're
So
the
Dante
clout.
was offended.
There you go again.
Yeah.
This is the words of Dante. Dante's words. So he gets offended.
Jesus.
The dude turns around. Donta smacks him in the back of the head with a tray. Commits to beating him or whatever. They get.
See, he mixing stories up. He mixing stories up. He's talking about a time where I approached these predators and told them to lay off on the white boy. And then he's mixing the story up of when there was a booty bandit by the name of Sweet Low that did approach me at breakfast time or I think it was lunchtime, but it was no honey buns or nothing like that. He kept trying to basically wait, he probably did. Now that I think about it, I think he right. Let's finish listening to what he got to say because I think he actually right, but I think he is mixing up these stories.
Get the fight, and the COs come over there. They beat Donta up. They throw him in the hole. So he does hold time, however long he stayed in the hole. Then he gets back out. They put the same two dudes back on the same yard. No. If it's a fight of that magnitude to where somebody is assaulted with a weapon, those prison trays, man, are big and they thick. Pause. Double pause.
Okay, so what he's saying is that, okay, so one time, I think I know the story you're talking about now. So it was a booty bandit that approached me and he kept trying to press me, telling me, hey, do I want this? Do I want that? And I'm telling him no. He catch an attitude. He like, yeah, we need to stick together up in here. The blacks need to stick together and all this and that. Me already hip to what he got going on. And I know that I'm not taking nothing from nobody. If anything, I'm going to take something from you back in them days. So him trying to play them games with me, I said, okay, whatever. Now, I could not beat this dude head up. This dude was physically stronger than me and all that. So what happened was I knew that I was going to have to do something right then and right there. So I got up and yes, I played dirty. There's no rules in fighting. There's no rules in fighting at all. So yes, I did get the tray and I bust him upside the head 2 or 3 times. No, I did not split his head. No, and I did not say I split his head or anything like that. But I knocked him unconscious. The guards came in, maced me, got me out of there, and locked him up. Okay. Now, what he's talking about that if it's a huge fight or weapon involved, they will put you on a different side of the prison. But we end up getting put in the same block. So it really wasn't no issue. It was just he didn't press charges because you can't press charges on somebody in there, and he didn't press charges on me. And how this prison was set up, it was I don't know, but that's a good question. So he do bring up an interesting situation of yeah, I don't know why they put us back in the same block, but anyway.
So they could really cause some damage. So they let the two back out on the yard together again. Donta's walking with his crew. I think he said it's 5 of them. Well, him and 4 other dudes. They walking the track, walking the loop. Like I said, in prison, that's very typical. You walk the loop, drink your coffee or whatever. Just kick the Willy Bobo, So they see dude. Donta say he runs up on him, asks him, does he have a problem? Dude's like, the booty bandit. Like, nah, man, you got a problem? You want it to be a problem?
Okay, so he's mixing up stories again. The story that he's talking about now is that matter of fact, it wasn't even that. It was a fight on a basketball court. It was some gay guys getting married. It was this gay dude, and these gay dudes was getting married, and they asked me to, but it sounded crazy now that I'm just saying it because he's jumping and skipping stories. So it's going to be hard for y'all to follow along. So I will actually have to play them old videos because he's picking different videos and putting them all together to make it seem like I'm talking crazy or something ain't adding up. But we'll get to that later.
So they get to fight and they jump the dude or whatever, beat him up. Then a couple of dudes' partners came in and they jumped in. So basically it was 3-on-5. It was an all-out brawl. It lasted for a while before the COs seen anything. They went back to the hole again. Donta has a knife at this point. He say he gonna stab dude.
That's not true. That's not true. Number one, if I had a knife out there on the yard, it would have been used immediately. Okay. That's number one. Number two, like I said, he mixing these stories up. These are like three stories in one that he's putting together. What he's talking about now that I'm thinking that he's talking about is when Big Al was holding down the basketball court, and when Sweet Loadham came out there and tried to do that wedding on the yard, Big Al wasn't going for it, and then the fight commenced. And when I was trying to get out the way of the fight, they shut the yard down. Everybody got put in the hole. Somebody sent me a kite saying Big Al wanted to holler at me because he blamed me for the incident. And when Big Al boys and Sweet Low punks and them all fighting and stuff, they thought that I was with Sweet Low helping them. So Big Al had beef with me. That's what he's talking about, I think.
Wait, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So Sweet Low was trying to get married to another inmate.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna play that video. I'm gonna play that video after this one go off.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the hole, whatever. He gets back out of the hole, and the dude offers him a peace treaty, some noodles and zoom zooms and wham whams, and he sends it over to Donta because Donta had in his mind that he was going to go on and, push that blade. He calls himself the blade pusher. So he
And trust me, if I ran across him and he had this type of energy, that blade would have been pressed upon his body too. No homo.
He had in his mind that he was going to go on and push that blade or whatever. So the dude offers him the peace treaty, and he accepts it, and they remain on the same yard, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Kiki, can you see the comment section?
Hold on, not right now. Let me. Okay, I can see. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, for you all that have been to prison before, you understand
Thought I was
that
asleep. Oh,
it doesn't
no,
go down like that. But for you all that have never been to prison, that sounds like a heck of a story. By God, that sounds like a movie. That sounds like a script, a scene right out of a movie. Y'all seen Master P's Lockdown? If you haven't and you into penitentiary movies, that's a real penitentiary movie. It's called Lockdown, starring Master P. He made it like, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. So that scene sounds just like a scene from a movie like Lockdown. So I'm looking at his story. Now, this is just an example of some of the stories that he tells. Again, I'm not trying to call Donta a liar. I'm not trying to say that Donta didn't do those things. They just seem a little, I don't know, they just seem a little much. Like he's doing the most. Urban Dictionary, for y'all that don't know what doing the most means, he's doing a little much.
Okay.
Respectfully. Now, I'm going to tell you about the time that I was actually locked up with Donta. I'll tell you a real personal experience that I had with Donta. We were never enemies, but we were like very, very competitive together. See, competitive against each other, rather. A lot of guys that come from Michigan end up in the prison system down here in Kentucky, and it's probably vice versa. So I never.
Now, here's the thing, y'all. I'm not going to name the facility, but I did do some time in Kentucky also. Okay. But this was early in my bid. I'm talking, you remember when I told you I've been locked up multiple times?
Mm-hmm.
This was probably the second time I've been locked up. I'm not sure, but this is interesting because this is early in my bid.
Never met Donta. I didn't know Donta or whatever. And apparently him and a couple of his partners or whatever, they caught a case down here. And we would go at it. Donta and I, for some reason, we would just, it's not like we didn't like each other because we did, but we would just.
Listen, I don't know this dude.
You don't know him.
I don't know this dude. I do not know this dude. Look, I done met thousands of people in my life. And according how his demeanor is, I
Mhm.
probably was extorting this dude if I did know him, especially in them days. But he said that. Hold on, what did he say?
Maybe it's his hat. Maybe if you look at him from another angle, maybe.
I really don't. I really want to punch his face. That's what I really want to do. I want to grab his beard, snatch his beard off.
Yeah, maybe
They
it's
caught
the
a case
beard.
down
Maybe
Maybe
it's
it's
the
the
beard. Yeah.
maybe it's the beard.
here, and we would go at it. Dante and I, for some reason, we would just. It's not like we didn't like each other because we did, but we were just competitive. Like we played ping pong. I'm trying hard. He's trying hard.
First of, hold up. Do I look like I play ping pong? I ain't never played ping pong a day in my life.
You never played
Ever.
ping pong?
Never. Ever.
Maybe they
Ever.
called it something else. Maybe it was like what
No.
pickleball. I think pickleball is just like ping pong, so it could have been pickleball.
Hey, man, I ain't playing no dang pickleball, no ping pong. Hey, let's see what else this dude got to say.
Neither one of us wants to lose to the other person. We playing basketball. It's very competitive. It got real heated, but it always stayed. It stayed there. It never went to the next level. We were just sports teams, just whatever. If he liked A, I like B.
How he talking like we was the best of friends?
Yeah. He sounds very familiar with you.
I don't know this dude. Listen, I don't know this dude. I don't know this. I don't know his name. I don't know this dude. He, I listen. If true enough, I did some time in Kentucky. Yes, I did in my first bid. Yes, I did. But I didn't play no ping pong. I don't know what he's talking about. Me and him being. I don't know.
No
I don't know.
pickleball, no ping. But you were in Kentucky though, right? You
Yeah,
were
I
in
was
Kentucky.
in Kentucky. It wasn't no pickleball, no ping pong. That I don't even get out like that. But let's finish. Let's listen.
B. You see what I'm saying? So we would just go back and forth or whatever. And Dante liked to play poker. You know, Dante would stay on that poker table. So one particular night, he's running a poker game. Now, understand.
Now let me tell y'all something about this. Let me tell y'all something about this. It's a lot of stuff that I don't talk about in my prison stories for a reason. But it seems like he's running his mouth. So I guess I'm gonna have to clear up some stuff before he try to say something. One one of my things in prison in my early bit, and that's why I said in the beginning, if I ever extorted anybody, if I ever ran down on somebody unjustly or stabbed somebody unjustly, I said unjustly, right? If I have taken something from somebody unjustly, I deeply apologize. That was 11 years ago. I was young, I was dumb, and it was what it was. So if I did anything to anybody in prison, um, hey, it's prison. I don't know what to say. So this guy seemed like he was somebody that I did something to, but let's finish it.
Understand this, and this happens on the streets as well. In prison, a poker game may start off Friday afternoon around lunchtime, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it may not end until 3 o'clock in the morning. That's how long the poker games go, in prison, because you have to get up and go get counted and stuff like that. But then you come back to the poker table. Dante's running the poker game. Running the poker game basically means he's housing the poker game. He's responsible for all the commissary. So
And let me tell y'all something. In order to run a poker game, you have to be that dude. And I don't of all my stories, you never ever heard me talk about me running a poker game or running any type of games with dealing with money and commissary and stuff like that. This is I never told this, so he's telling y'all this. Y'all didn't hear this from me, and I didn't say this for a reason again. However, but he's putting it out there, so it is what it is. But anybody that been in prison knows that if you are running a poker game, then that means you have some type of level of respect in there. Meaning, well, let's just let him keep talking.
So, he has runners. So, say for instance, I want to come into the poker game and I got $5. That's what I want to start with. I give it to his runner. The runner puts it up in the kitty. That's what we call it, the kitty, the sack or whatever. Puts it in a secure location where it's going to be safe. And that's where the essentially money is kept at. It's commissary, but in prison, zoom zooms, wham whams, noodles, honey buns, all that equates to money. That's money in prison. So Donta's running the game. He has some pretty nice games. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, thank you for telling the truth. Now, when he's talking about I was running the poker games, yes. And when you have to run them, one of the things is you have to be about your business. If somebody don't have that commissary or that bet, and they can just mess the whole game up. And what will happen is that falls all on me. So, in order for me to run successful games, people know not to play with me and play with my games. Okay. Because that right there, and like I said, prison dudes, they know exactly what I'm talking about or what's going on with that. So you just couldn't be anybody that was running poker games. You couldn't be anybody just having so much commissary coming to you at one time, and it's kind of crazy to even talk about right now. But in order to do what he's talking about that I did, I have to been something, and he obviously have to been around me to know that.
So you couldn't be like a regular Joe Schmo playing pickleball, ping pong, and still
No.
running. Okay.
I don't know if Caps was. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing on pickleball. I wasn't playing. I don't even know what that is.
Competitive against me on the poker table as well. It seemed like he would always try to, call me all in or whatever, bluff me off the table. And sometimes he would be bluffing, sometimes he wouldn't. But his money was kind of long, so But nevertheless, he's running a poker game, nice little poker game. Now it gets to a point to where if you play for a while, they'll allow you to go up top. Going up top means instead of running back to your locker every time you go out of the game and you want to, get more chips or what have you, or get back into the game, you just go up top.
What he's saying is basically, so how we was doing it, you have to be down there with the money, right? When you're gambling. And if you lose, you gotta pay up right then and there. But here's the thing. Any guy that will come in the game, I will let them know up front. I didn't half step it or none of that, right? I will let them know up top, like this, just straight up. If you don't got the money, you cannot come into this game, or or there's going to be real problems, and you know you just don't get in this game if you ain't got the money to pay, because we all grown here, we all men, and don't nobody got to get killed, and it's that deep. And then you'll get cats like, man, I got it, all right, man, it ain't even like that and all this. I'm like, yeah, I'm just saying, so if you ain't got it, just don't get in the game. And because cats would I done seen cats be down there betting and they ain't got it, so they ass betting. So they'll be betting and betting and betting, getting credit, and then when it's time to pay up, they ain't got it. So that's when a lot of problems will happen. So me seeing how that worked, I just say this straight up. If you ain't got the money to play with, like right here, right now, like right here physically, you can't get in the game. But if you were somebody that I know that had loan money or commissary, then cool. You good with me or whatever. But I just let new cats know that straight up, if you ain't got that money and you talking about it's in your locker, if you ain't got it, there's going to be immediate consequences. Now, sometimes I would give cats a pass, but more than likely it didn't happen because I let you know up front what's going to happen if you don't have that bread.
Meaning, okay, give me $10 more. I got it in my locker. Well, this guy, he was known to have money or whatever. So I guess Donta didn't think anything of it. So the guy continued to go up top, continue to go up top. Keep in mind, in prison, poker is illegal. You can't just be playing poker. You play poker on paper. You don't even use chips. You keep score on paper. Now I know some of y'all that play poker is like, how do you do that? But it's pretty easy. But you just have to be very, intelligent to keep the score. Know what you're doing. So Donta's a, pretty intelligent guy. I give him that. So
first of all, you ain't got to give me nothing. This is what I do. Okay, you ain't got to give me nothing. That's number one.
He allows the guy to go up top maybe $60. That's a lot in prison. That's a lot. But again, poker's illegal, so you don't want to draw attention to the table to where, the COs, most of the COs, they know you're doing it anyway, but you got cameras in certain spots and you don't want to be spotted on camera.
You remember when I told you certain things that I can't say and, because it's guys are still locked up and stuff?
Yeah.
This is kind of one of the things that I don't talk about. So,
Yeah.
That's a straight write-up, and then it just causes more trouble than what it's worth. So sometimes, somebody's already proven, been playing a lot or what have you, you're allowed to go up top. So at the end of the game, dude ends up owing like $60, maybe $70. Everybody's going to, bring their goods, if you will, to Donta or to his runners or whatever. So we can settle up, give everybody who won, give them what they won or whatever. And Donta be in the house, he keeps the rest. Well, he notices that the dude that owed $60-$70, he wasn't coming out of his dorm. So he's like, hey, Kens, man, tell dude, we waiting on him out here. I don't like getting involved in other people's business, but we was in the same dorm, and I was like, yo, bro, they waiting on you outside.
The more that he's talking, I think I do know this dude. I think we was in the same pod. I don't know.
He sounds like it. He sounds like he knows you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see.
He don't go outside. I go on to my locker, man, my business or whatever. Because I owed in the poker game too. So I put everything in the bag. I probably owed like $13, $15, something like that. I put all my stuff in the bag. And then when I put it in the bag, I sit it by my, like we was in cubicles. So I sit it kind of like by the walkway or whatever. So you walk into the cubicle. When dude comes in, I can just give him the bag. They call dude outside. Bruh. They knock on the door. Come on outside, man. He goes outside. I happen to be outside because I was going to use the telephone. So they going back and forth or whatever. I'm not melling, but I can't help but hear it. I hear him, talking or whatever. And, Donta's like, hey, man, what's up with that bread? Dude's like, man, I ain't got it. Donta's like, I mean, what you mean you ain't got it? You know what I'm saying? We've been gambling all night. What you mean? You go to commissary every week. Dude's like, bro, I ain't got it, man. So Donta's like, okay, so do you legitimately not have it, or you feel like, you trucking me?
Hold on. We gonna stop it right there. We gonna stop it right there. In them days, when he would have said, I don't got it, I would have just walked off and that's it. I would have just, if we would have been gambling the way he's saying that happened, if I would have walked, see, the problem with what he's saying is I would have never came to him myself. I would have sent Gene, my cousin Gene, because he was locked up with me too, or Tar T, or Homicide, for that matter. I would have sent one of them to go collect, because I never, like I said, there's some things that I can't talk about.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I would have never went there myself to collect. I got runners. I got people.
That's what he said at the beginning. He said you have runners. And then also, not to cut you off, but he said y'all were inside. So how can he be inside and outside? He said you came outside. So how is he hearing all of this inside, but then he's also hearing all of it outside? Like, it's weird.
See, okay, so what we'd do, one of the games will be ran in Gene's cell. Gene, he in another prison right now. He's not even in Kentucky. But I would never, nothing would be in my cell. I was too smart for that. You not finna find nothing in my cell. Me and my cellmate kept it clean. Nothing, no contraband, nothing is going on in my cell. It's not gonna be hot, right? So I'm thinking we probably was in Gene's cell or this dude named Tim cell running the games, and he might be talking about the day room. He might be talking about the day room of him going out because the dude that I think he talking about is this dude named Lee, like this Dominican and black dude named Lee. That's what I think that he talking about because it kind of sounds familiar. But let me finish here what he's saying.
You trying to get over on me. Dude was like, man, I got some of it. I got a little something, but I don't got no $60, $70. So Donta's like, well, what you got? We can work something out.
No, that's cap. There's no way. There's no way that I would have said that. That wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't. It wouldn't even. It wouldn't have been me asking for the money. It would have been one of them asking for it. So I don't know what he's talking about.
But here's a question too. If you're in prison and this is something that's happening that's not supposed to be happening, and he's somewhere in the vicinity, would you guys really be talking and negotiating about it that loud that a bystander can just hear this whole conversation?
Let me tell you something. The only write-ups that I got was assault charges, and that's physical charge, assault charges. I never got written up for being out of bounds, being somewhere that I didn't supposed to be at. I never got no write-ups of me talking crap to a guard or just petty stuff. Any write-ups that I got was physical assault charges. So um, I was involved in a lot of things that I had no business being involved in. Um, I'm not stupid to be arguing or discussing my business out for the whole world to
Right.
see, for somebody to tell on me or say, I don't know. This I don't know what he's talking about, but let's see what he's talking about.
All right.
Dude was like, man, I probably got about like $10 or whatever. They continue to go back and forth. They not yelling, everything is everything. Dude goes back in the cell. When he goes back in the dorm, it wasn't a cell. When he goes back in the dorm, he lays down, puts his headphones on, and continues to watch TV.
Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna keep it going. Let's say this did happen, and maybe I just forgot. Okay, it kind of sounds familiar, but I know for a fact in them days I would have never went and put myself out there in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? And for $60, $70, I was making dang near $600, $700 a day. What I was doing on just on the gambling tip, I was probably making $1,200, $1,500 a day overall. So $60, I am not, no, $60 versus $1,200, $1,500. I'm not compromising my operation for no $60. I had dudes for that. I had dudes that would go out and do these things for me. So there's no way that I would have came off my throne out of my kingdom to come to a peasant to collect. There's no way that would have happened. But let's see what this cat's finna say.
As if to say, man, I ain't giving Dante nothing. Probably about 10 minutes goes past. Next thing I know, I see three of them come through the door. You got Donta. He got two dudes with him. The two dudes with him are, man, one was from Cincinnati. The other one was from Detroit. I'd say that.
He talking about Gene, but Gene is not from Detroit. He's from Atlanta. He talking about Gene and this dude named Leroy. There was my runners right there. And actually, well, let me finish see what he about to say. Hold on.
So he was there. He was there.
Yeah, he was there. He know what he's. It's just it's some stuff that he's saying that's right, but it's a whole heck. It's a lot of stuff that he's saying wrong. Because like I said, I would never compromise myself over no $60.
Okay.
I got people to do that.
And
and
he
puts his
confirmed you
headphones
had
on
people. Okay. Okay.
and continues to watch TV as if to say, man, I ain't giving Dante nothing. Probably about 10 minutes goes past. Next thing I know, I see three of them come through the door. You got Dante, he got two dudes with him. Two dudes with him are, man, one was from Cincinnati, the other one was from Detroit. I'd say they was both about 6'3". Uh, one was maybe about 240, the other one maybe 220. Pretty nice sized dudes or whatever. They roll in with Dante. Dante's like, yo, what's up, man? I mean, you know, you didn't even bring me the 10, you didn't even bring me the 10 out, the $10 or whatever that you said you had or whatever. So, dude, he's standing tall. He's like, look, man, I told you I ain't got it. Next thing I know, Dante socks him. Hey, I'll give him that. Dante socks him. But hey, you got two goons with you, though. You see what I'm saying? You got two goons with you. So Dante's fighting the dude. The other one jumps in. The other dude goes into the locker. Dude got all type of stuff in his locker. He definitely got $60 worth of food in his locker. See, the thing is, in the poker games, a lot of times in prison, people want to lose. They don't want to lose, period. But if they do lose, it's like the noodles, stuff that they don't care about. They're not trying to lose the summer sausages, the pizzas, the burgers. So they going in dude's cooler. They going in his locker, whatever. Grabbed all this stuff, threw it in the bag. They wrestling with dude. Finally, dude and just chilled out or whatever because he realized he can't beat both of them.
Let me tell y'all something. My cousin Gene about 6'2", about at this time. Gene was about 6'2", maybe about 250, all muscle. I was 5'11", maybe 230, almost all muscle. Almost. I was pretty fit. And then Leroy, he was like a straight penitentiary dude that been down for maybe 20 years. He was about 6'6", 310, fat and muscle. Whoever this guy that he's claiming that owed me $60 and I told him, well, just give me what you got. Trust me, it wouldn't have, it wouldn't have went down that way. And number one, I would have never been there. That's number one. That's number one. I would have never been there. Okay. Number two, when they go out, usually I don't need to send two people. I usually send Gene by himself. And then usually he just go up there to the door, throw the laundry bag in there, fill it up. If you don't want to fill it up, well, there's gonna be immediate, right? Immediate violence, right? And usually they'll fill it up. If you want a buck, then go ahead and buck. Gene was a knockout artist, so it would, and people knew that. Now, if I had to send Leroy too, I don't know. And then if you would not win in this situation because number one, everybody know Tar T is a crip. I was not gang banging like some cat tried to say that, oh, Dante was a crip, and that's not true. So I knew Tar T from Atlanta, right? Me and Tar T met in this neighborhood in was it? I think it was Covington, Georgia. And I met him. He was like, that was the first dude that my cousin Derek introduced me to in that neighborhood. So Tar T was a crip from Atlanta. So when he was down there in Kentucky, because we all got in trouble, we all got caught doing something we didn't have no business doing. Okay. So we all got caught, and that's how me, Tar T, Al, Homicide, and a couple other cats ended up in this prison together. So um that was my crew. But I was not a but there was a lot of Crips also in this prison too. So that's why I said it was a lose lose. If any, it was I was just affiliated, and it was just a lose lose. If you try to screw me over, I send one person, two people, three, four, five, six, 10 might break somebody off something, decrypt something, and people knew not to play. So Let's finish to see what this dude say.
So wait a minute, before you go on, he also said that it was over $60, but he said when you showed up to the door, you said you didn't even pay me my $10. So
Again, I wouldn't have been there. Number one, number two, the conversation. Every guy, whoever this guy that he's talking about, for him to, for us to be in that situation, I obviously never dealt with this dude before because he had to be new. I don't know. I wouldn't allow somebody that I never dealt with before to bet without having a commissary right there.
yeah.
So whoever this guy is, it just don't make no sense to me. And I'm not that sloppy. Trust me, I am not that sloppy at all. So I don't know what he's talking about.
They roll up out of the cell. Now that's one instance that I seen, and nothing ever came of that. They actually ended up squashing it because the dude knew that he was wrong. He was dead wrong, man. He was dead wrong. You know, he was playing, and he had the money, but he wasn't trying to pay. Now, even if he didn't have the money, he was still gonna probably get dealt with for the simple fact that you playing, but you don't even have the money to cover. But if you
Hey, who is that? Hassan Parker. Check this out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put up what you said. He said Dante definitely took those Doritos that was left on his bed by Purple Passion. Let me tell you something. In them days, yeah. If you put something on my bed, on Dante's bed, you would think that, oh, they say don't ever take nothing from nobody and this and that. Yeah, I will if I see some Doritos on my bed, I'm gonna pop them Doritos open and I'm gonna eat them. And when you come through to say, hey, yo, did you eat them chips? You damn right I ate them chips, and then I'm gonna pull that thing out and I'm like, so how we gonna do it? So yeah, I would do that. So all that, y'all gotta understand, man. Let me tell y'all something before we even go on. When I got locked up the first time, this was in Michigan, I told myself this. I said that two things, well, really three things. Number one, I'm not becoming a homosexual. That's number one. Number two, I'm not becoming no Muslim because I was a Christian. You know, because a lot of dudes they get locked up and they join the Nation of Islam for protection. So number one, I'm not becoming a homosexual. Number two, I'm not becoming a Muslim. Number three, I'm not dying up in here. All right. So when it comes to a shout out to the Muslims, but when it comes to me being a homosexual and me dying up in here, if you try to push any of that on me, whether homosexual activity, I'm going all the way out. If you try to cause any bodily harm to me, I'm going all the way out. Them the main two things I had in my head, that I'm not going gay and I'm not dying in here. And if anybody try to come across that and try to push up on me in them two ways, I'm going all the way out. And that's just how I carried it. And I'm not saying that I was the toughest guy because I was not. However, I was willing to, well, y'all know this is a pen. I was willing to push this immediately with no hesitation because y'all got to understand, it's easy to get a clip, right, and put bullets in it, right? It's easy to shoot somebody from down, and I never shot nobody. It's easy to shoot somebody from down the street or drive by, but it's something different when you get up close to a man, right? It's something different for you to actually put that into another man's flesh, right? And if you never stab somebody, you will never anyway. I don't want to go back with that. Okay, let's finish what dude's saying.
You have one, guess what? You would have got your money. So that's one instance where I seen Dante actually put in a little work. But like I said, he had two goons with him. They ended up squashing it, which was a good thing. Nobody got, because they didn't even beat him down. You know, they roughed him up a little bit. Excuse me.
Number one, he trying to make it seem like because I was only moving the way I was moving because I had backup, right? That's what it sounds like he trying to project out here. In a way, number one, and I'm not making excuses, but if anybody was locked up, you know that the king is protected. And yes, I'm saying I was the king, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me see how can I say this without saying it. There's a lot of people that are addicted to certain things in prison, right? So if I can provide these things for these people that are addicted to certain things, they're going to make damn sure that nothing happened to the guy that is providing these things for them to function day to day.
Right.
There are guards that's going to make damn sure that Dante, nothing happens to him in their power that's going along of what Dante got going on because they only making $15 an hour, right?
Right. Right.
Um, After taxes, after overtime, you only bringing home, I don't know, maybe 1,100, $900 after taxes. But if I can put an extra 1,000 in your pocket every week just for you to turn the other way or allow me to, you know, do a couple of things, why would I put myself out there in jeopardy for $10, $60 when I'm making after I pay everybody at least $1,200, $1,500 a day? So he don't I don't know. And like I said, I don't know. Let's see.
But they didn't beat him down. They didn't really cause him.
And let me tell y'all something. If I sent somebody to go collect that bread, and that's what it came down to, you getting beat down, you getting sent to the hospital, or you getting airlifted up out of there. But that was very minimal, very, very minimal, because people always pay.
Put in a little work. But like I said, he had two goons with him. They ended up squashing it, which was a good thing. Nobody got, because they didn't even beat him down. You know, they roughed him up a little bit, excuse me, but they didn't beat him down. They didn't really cause no major damage. Dude was wrong anyway. They got paid. Everything ended up being cool. So that's one situation that I seen. That's one of the situations that I seen with Dante. So I can vouch for him. You know, he'll use his hands like he know how to fight. You can tell he knows how to fight.
Hold up. Let me shout out a couple people. What's up, Nah for real? What's up, Mickey Scorpio? What's up, Patricia? Who else up in here?
Mikey. Oh,
What's
you
up?
said that's Mickey. Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, that's Mickey. What's up, pretty lady? And that's all I can see. Hey,
Miss
y'all hit
Bell,
that like button.
Octavius, Patricia.
They in your comment section.
No, they're all in here together.
Oh,
But
I didn't see Octavius in here.
Yeah, Octavius, Curtis was here, Country Slang, Danielle,
Be
Buddy
humble,
Game Room, yeah, Allie, Latanya's in here.
Starshine. Okay.
it's like, what would you have done if you didn't have him two with you? Didn't even beat him down. You know, they roughed him up a little bit, excuse me, but they didn't beat him down. They didn't really cause no major damage. Dude was wrong anyway. They got paid. Everything ended up being cool. So that's one situation that I seen. That's one of the situations that I seen with Dante. So I can vouch for him. You know, he'll use his hands like he know how to fight. You can tell he knows how to fight, but it's like, what would you have done if you didn't have him two with you?
If I didn't have them two with me, I would have sent probably 10 other dudes in there to get that money. That's what if I didn't have them two dudes with me, allegedly, I would have sent 10 other cats in there and then 10 more and then 10 more and probably would have had a guard go in there too. So that's what I would have did. However, let's just say for the sake of what he's saying, if I have to go in there and get it myself, what do you think I would have did? But a king don't have to get his hands dirty unless I want to, which I have many times, but that's a whole nother story. Let's finish this.
Really makes me wonder. I ponder on that, especially as I listen to these stories, these penitentiary stories that he tells. Another situation I seen with Dante early in the morning, and I've told this story on my channel, but out of respect for Dante, I never said his name. because I don't really like saying people's name or whatever. So sometimes I'll just make up a name. So I think I referred to him as Black in this video that I made.
So what changed? What changed?
You know what changed? You know what changed?
No.
I'm a God-fearing man. That's number one. Anybody that know me in real life, they know that I am not going to. I'm not. I'm not a violent man. Okay. I'm not a violent man. You would have to. I always was on the offense. Okay. I always was on the offense. I never. I always would throw the first punch. I will always go.
Mhm.
I'm not like that. That was 11 years ago. I'm a husband. I have kids. I got a wife. I got a business, a couple business, and there's a lot of people that depend on me. Um, More than likely, I'm just gonna let things ride. I will let things go. I'm a man of peace. However, um, I done got sued a couple of times in like what last month over somebody thinking that, oh, maybe Dante ain't about that anymore. Let me just put it this way: you just can't approach me with no foolishness. Okay, I'm not gonna touch you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run. If somebody try to approach me and try to fight me, I'm the first rules of engagement in a fight is to get out of there. If I can not have to put my hands on you, I'm not. I'm going to run. I'm going to get out of there. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to. I don't want things to go from 0 to 1,000. I got people that's around me that love me and I love them, and I don't want them to end up doing something to go back to the penitentiary, because every guy that's around me, they've been locked up. They got families. They don't want to get put in this situation. I know a lot of guys will do things for me, but no. I If I say I love my homeboys and my cousins and brothers, no, y'all, don't touch them. Let them be. Just let the dude be. Because if you love somebody, you don't want them to get in a predicament where they got to get taken away from their family or whatever the case is. So, like I said, if somebody try to pick a fight with me, I'm not gonna touch you. However, me being a trained fighter and I know what I know and I do what I do. If you get an arm's length, that's my comfort zone. Once you cross that arm's length, if my arms can reach you, because I'm always gonna throw the first punch, and that's just because I'm not gonna let nobody get one off on me. It's just not happening. You can talk trash to me, cool. I could be a punk, I could be a B, all that. That's cool. We good. But if you come in that facility and I feel threatened, it's just gonna be what it is. And if there's no cameras around, if something happened to you, that's on you. I just say I'm a man of peace. I'm a man of God. I always choose peace. I don't want to use no violence. But if somebody approach me and it's not a smile on their face and they want to get last year, 2 years ago, Chicago, the video came out, the gas station footage when I pulled up at 2 o'clock in the morning at that gas station, right? And the dude walk up to me with his hoodie on, and I come out the store, and well, I come out the store and I have that sword of justice, and I'm not talking about that sword of justice. I'm talking about the sword of justice. And when he was walking up, I'm like, "Hey, homie, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands." And he kept walking up, and I backed out on him. Oh, my bad, my bad. I was just trying to get a picture. I was just trying to get a picture. No, I laid him down. I don't know if you know about spread eagle style. Hey, everybody in the comment section, y'all know what spread eagle style is, but I had him spread eagle style, no homo, and I was going through his pockets, making sure he didn't have a weapon, and I turned him around, and I told him, "Hey, listen, you can't do that, man. We in Chicago. We in Chicago. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We at a gas station, and you walk in here with a hoodie. This could have went crazy, right? Thank God, I'm not so quick to react, but that incident could have got crazy. But let's see what else that this. Cat got to say.
It's early in the morning. Prison, man, they serve breakfast early. They serve breakfast early. You might eat at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So when you get up, you're not really in the best of moods in the morning, unless you're a morning person. So I look up and I'm in the line, and it's crazy because I typically don't go to breakfast, but I think they were having like sausage and eggs, something like that I kind of like or whatever. So I decided to go to breakfast that morning rather. So I'm standing in the line or whatever, and I'm in the back of the line. Donta's kind of like towards the middle of the line, and I see him and a dude. They kind of going at it a little bit. So I'm looking or whatever, trying not to pay too much attention. Like I said, number one rule, I've said this before in my prior videos, in prison, mind your own business. Even when a couple people get into it or whatever, you don't want to just be.
But he in my business, though. You notice that? He all up in my business. But check this out. You know what? We're just going to say he's telling the absolute truth about everything that he's saying, right? Let's say that. He's telling the truth, y'all. But watch this.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
About what time is breakfast?
Ours, I don't know. Okay, so the place that he's talking about, I want to say maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7 o'clock. Because that was okay, so Jackson Pike, at 4 o'clock in the morning, they used to come around with the powdered milk. So I'm gonna say about 7 o'clock. Oh, and we got him in the building.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
He
So I have just a couple questions before you get to that. So
Okay.
The poker game could start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and last till midnight, around midnight, right?
Well, that will be on the weekend, depending on what guards was on the shift. Because we supposed to lock down at 10 o'clock. But it just depends who working.
So pretty much until lockdown. So he saw you, according to him, after the game was over when you went to collect, according to him. So that would be either after 10 p.m. or sometime after midnight. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, he still has eyes and ears on you to figure out what's going on with you. But in prison, he's minding his business. Okay, I'm just asking. Am I following this correctly from what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. Like I said, this was 11 years ago.
But he's still following you today because he's watching all of your videos, is what he said, right? Another video, I saw this, and then another video. So why is he so fixated on you?
I don't know, man. He ain't the only one, man. This is somebody sent me this video, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know this dude. But obviously he know me, and we must have been around each other. I don't know, but he looked familiar the more that I'm listening and looking at him. I don't know if did he had a beard back then, but I know one thing for sure. After every game, I'm going to my personal cell, right? Okay. My runners, my hitters is going out to collect. I don't have nothing to do with that. And what they do, they will go out and distribute some of the commissary that I might owe to people that did side bets, right? See, that's what he don't know neither. So he talking about something that he have no idea that he don't know what he's talking about. I'm just going to say that because it just don't make no sense. Why would the king step out of his kingdom and put himself at risk and over $60? But I make 12.
He said it was 10, and then he said it was 60. But then, not only is he watching all of you, not only was he minding his business, but being nosy, watching you in prison during this gaming situation. Not only did he go back and watch like several of your videos, according to him, but he's in the chat watching your live. So does he have the notification bell on? Shout out to him for subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Do you know how hard it is for me to get people to hit the notification bell and actually show up? Like, a strong replay gang. So shout out to him. Wow.
You know what, y'all? Hey, I know what he wants. I know what he wants.
No, don't say it.
I know what he want.
Don't say it. Do not say it.
No, I know what he want. But you know what? Shout out to Real Kids TV. Do me a favor, y'all. Okay, do me a favor. I need for y'all to go over to his channel, please, and subscribe to that man. Do y'all see that? I need, matter of fact, and when y'all subscribe to him, go to this video. I think this is the last video that he done put up. Yeah. I want y'all to put Donta Nation in his comment section. I need, when this live go off, go subscribe to this bozo, Real Kids TV 859. And in his comment section, I need for y'all to type Donta Nation. Let's see what the people in this comment section say. He said, both you brothers are cool cats. Much respect to you. Best video you ever made. I like Donta, but I always thought he embellishes things a bit. This is a groundbreaking video. I think you and old Donta should have an exhibition fight, and Bobby and Josh in 23. One should be a referee. Glad to see your killer instinct. Great video. It's going to go viral for sure. Old Donta is completely freaking out right now.
It's going viral. Let me tell you, because I definitely was like number 32 on the views. Okay, I was the 32nd person. I just want to make that known. Okay.
Okay. So y'all listen. If this what he want, he getting it. He getting a response. Because I don't really respond to people like that at all, except for Fleece. But that's a whole nother thing. But this cat, whoever I don't know his name, Kenny, Kendrick, whatever this dude name is, because his name Real Kids TV.
Why is it always the Kens and the Kendricks? Why?
And look. And shout out to the kids and Kendricks out there. But this creep, this bozo, I don't know, man. But let's see what else that he got to say.
Staring there because the cameras are looking. There's blind spots. There's not cameras everywhere, but there's a lot of cameras. So if you have a CO that's on and they're looking and they're watching those cameras, because, you know, a lot of those COs, they think they super cops and detectives and investigators. So they watching the cameras to see the reaction of the inmates. So I'm kind of looking, but I'm not gawking or whatever. And dude's going in on Donta. He's calling him all type of B's and talking crazy to him and pointing at him. And dude got his shoes on for whatever reason.
Hold up. I got to go get my wife for that one. Listen, I knew my wife for 20 years. I only been married to her for 11 years. 11 years ago, when I first did my... Hold on. I want her to hear this part of what he just said. Hey, babe. Can you come in right quick? I need your voice right quick. Yeah. I want you to respond to what he about to say, okay? Listen, y'all. My wife about to listen to what he about to say, and I'm going to have her explain what would have happened, right? Hold on. Let me rewind what he said.
Looking, and they're watching those cameras, because, you know, a lot of those COs, they think they super cops and detectives and investigators. So they watching the cameras to see the reaction of the inmates. So I'm kind of looking, but I'm not gawking or whatever. And dude's going in on Donta. He's calling him all type of B's and talking crazy to him and pointing at him. And
yeah, that clearly is a lie, because he don't let nobody disrespect him like that. He don't even like the B word. He wouldn't do it, even been able to get the whole B word out before Donta fired on him. So that's not true. As long as I've been with him, he don't play with that word.
So right there, thank you. Now listen, I knew my wife since we was teenagers. We weren't even dating, but she know of all anything. If dude would have called me a B, immediately it wouldn't have been no type. It wouldn't have been no hesitation. It would have been immediately. It wouldn't have been no. It wouldn't have been no. Oh, but, don't call me that. Chill out.
I have a question. Is this a new situation, or is this the same situation?
No, he's saying that this happened like another situation where he see me in the middle. Let me rewind it. Where he started off at.
You know, kind of like or whatever. So I decided to go to breakfast this morning.
Okay, here you go.
that morning, rather.
Hold on.
Knows how to fight, but it's like, what would you have done if you didn't have him two with you? Really makes me wonder. I ponder on that, especially as I listen to these stories, these penitentiary stories that he tells. Another situation I seen with Donta.
Right here.
Early in the morning. And I've told this story on my channel, but out of respect for Donta, I never said his name. Because I don't really like saying people's name or whatever. So sometimes I'll just make up a name. So I think I referred to him as Black in this video that I made. It's early in the morning. Prison, man, they serve breakfast early. They serve breakfast early. You might eat at 4.
Hold up. I'm going to show y'all how super capped this dude is. Watch his cup. It ain't no motion in his cup. He ain't even drinking nothing. Watch this.
Early in the morning. And I've told this story on my channel, but out of respect for Donta, I never said his name. Because I don't really like saying people's name or whatever. So sometimes I'll just make up a name. So I think I referred to him as Black in this video that I made. It's early in the morning.
Look at
now,
his
hold
cup.
on. He went from not liking to say people's name. I wish I had counted how many times he said your name in this video, to saying your name that many times, to putting your name in the title and your picture. But he really don't like to say people's names. He really don't like to do that. That's like me telling you, I really don't like to spend money, but I'm about to go to this mall and hit up every store. But yeah, I really don't like to spend money.
Watch his cup.
Prison, man, they serve breakfast early.
He ain't even drinking it. There's nothing even in that damn cup. There's no, watch when he drink it, or when he's supposed to be drinking, there's nothing on his lips. There's no motion in that cup. So
his stomach don't move. There's no gulp. There's nothing.
Nothing. Watch.
They serve breakfast early. You might.
That man wasn't even drinking.
I eat at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So when you get up, you're not really in the best of moods in the morning, unless you're a morning person.
Oh, and also, Lisa, do not block him. Let him ride. Let him stay in the comment section. Do not block him. Let that man live. Let him live. Let him live. Let him say whatever he got to say. Do not block him.
So I look up and I'm in the line, and it's crazy because I typically don't go to breakfast, but I think they were having like sausage and eggs, something like that I kind of like or whatever. So I decided to go to breakfast this morning.
Wait, I have a question.
Morning,
question.
So I'm standing in the line.
Do they send out a menu?
No, you typically know which. Well, you typically they do, but it'll be like pent up on like a bulletin board or somewhere. But I mean, the way he looking, he probably stayed looking at that menu. You know
I'm just saying.
So I don't know. He'll probably know more than I did.
I mean, because he only went because of what was on the menu. So I'm just wondering, like, is it a menu? I mean, is it an announcement?
No, ain't no announcement. It's pent up on a bulletin board or somewhere. He would know. He would know more than I would know. Let's see.
Line or whatever. I'm in the back of the line. Donta's kind of like towards the middle of the line. And I see him and a dude, they kind of going at it a little bit. So I'm looking or whatever, trying not to pay too much attention. Like I said, number one rule, I've said this before in my prior videos, in prison, mind your own business.
Well, why is he always in your business?
Which obviously he wasn't practicing.
Even when a couple people get into it or whatever, you don't want to just be staring there because the cameras are looking. There's blind spots. There's not cameras everywhere, but there's a lot of cameras. So if you have a CO that's on and they're looking and they're watching those cameras, because, a lot of those COs, they think they super cops and detectives and investigators. So they watching the cameras to see the reaction of the inmates. So I'm kind of looking, but I'm not gawking or whatever. And dude's going in on Donta. He's calling him all type of B's and talking crazy to him and pointing at him, and dude got his shoes on. For whatever reason, Donta just had his shower shoes on.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, outside of let's just say, let's say he's telling the truth. Let's say that this guy was in front of me or in back of me, whatever the case is. You B, you H, and he said that he was pointing his finger in my face.
Yeah, he's pointing his finger.
So he just mad dogging me.
Mm-hmm. He's not paying that much attention. He's just like glimpsing, kind of noticing that you have on shower shoes and the other guy has on real shoes. Okay, he's remembering all this.
Here's the funny thing about that. Number one, nobody is going to the chow hall in no damn shower shoes. Anything can pop off, okay? You better have your shoes on or your boots on, and they better be laced up because it can pop off at any time. That's the first thing. The second thing with that, anywhere that I went, anywhere, and when I say you're not getting the king, you're not getting me. At all times, there will be two people in front of me and two people in the back of me. So there's no way a guy is going to be up on me doing this, and my guys ain't. How did that work?
Now look, Donta. Even me, I wouldn't bust a grape, but no one's gonna be standing in my face doing all of that. Like, how?
And then you got to understand the dynamics of what we're talking about here. Okay. He right. That happened. That happened because we're not even going to talk about. We're not even going to talk about if I did go there. Homicide. Never mind. He got it. That happened. That happened.
For whatever reason, Donta had his shower shoes on. So dude's talking or whatever. Dante's not, Dante's like, all right, bro, you win. You know what I'm saying? You win, bro. I ain't even, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems or whatever. Now, back then they wasn't saying I don't want no smoke, but basically that's what he was saying. I don't want no problems, man. All right, you win.
Imagine me telling another man that's in my face, calling me every name in the book and putting his finger in my face, and I tell him, I don't want no problems. You got it.
Wait a minute, Donta. Better than that, imagine a grown man pointing like this to another grown man and calling him B's and H's. Like, what? Huh? Another grown, I'm assuming black man? That's in prison. That's in prison. You B, you H. Let me get you all the way together. I'm about to read you for the facts of your life, Donta. Okay? What you're not going to do is take my snacks.
The only person that probably could have got that off on me was probably the warden or the corporal up in there. And they would have had to been there with at least 10 or 15 guards that can get that off on me. That's the only person that probably could have got in my face. And I probably, but no, that's not even true.
It sounds like the guy would have had to be like this,
Yeah,
and what
and I'm telling you, the way I was running in there, you couldn't get to me. It's like you got to get the way I was programming. If something would have happened to me, and I'm not trying to big myself up. I'm not bigging myself up. It is what it is. It's just what was going on in there. If something that would have happened to me, you would have had somebody to have to take my place. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what I want to say, but somebody would have to be there. If Donta goes down, a lot of money stops, right?
Yeah.
A lot of other things come to a halt.
Yeah,
You might got a lot of other cats, doing it small time, but you got to have somebody that's going to fill in that big void. So there's no way, even if I had somebody that didn't, the dope fiends, they sales would have stepped in. If Dante do something, I have to go to the hole or something crazy. I'm just going to say, I don't know. Let's carry on.
Everybody, the whole day. Man, dude punked Dante out, man. Dante got punked out in the chow hall line, in the breakfast line, man. Obviously, they didn't bode well with Dante. He wasn't feeling that whatsoever, as to be expected. Who wants to get punked out in front of everybody? I wouldn't call it a situation where he got punked out. It was just one of them situations to where he didn't have his shoes on. Dude was just talking. He didn't put his hands on Dante. He didn't swing at Dante. He didn't even attempt to. He was just running it. He wasn't even in Dante's, immediate range. He was just running it. It didn't bode well with Dante, evidently. Next morning for breakfast, Dante didn't say a word. I didn't hear anything.
He sure is
I'm in the
watching.
breakfast line again. I think they was having like pancakes. Like I said, I rarely ate.
He
Prison food
rarely
is
go
nasty,
to
but this
breakfast.
particular facility we was at, the food was decent. So they was having
2 days in a row, though, right?
Minding his business, watching you. You ain't even saying nothing, and he's still watching you. And did he just say that the guy didn't have his shoes on and wasn't in your vicinity, but then he said the guy was up on you?
Forget all that. If something like that took place, right? If let's say that did happen. Let's say this cat did punk me out, scream at me, and put his hand in my face, and I say I don't want no problems, right? What happens throughout that day? What else do I do after that? Do I go to my cell and just hold on?
Well, according to what he's saying, it sounds like you were going around venting because you were embarrassed and upset. So you're going around saying, I really don't like what he did to me. I'm really upset. That's
If let's say that was true, do you know how many people that would have came to assist? If that was true, then it would have been so many people that would have came to assist me immediately. If that argument would have took place, there would have been so many dudes standing up immediately,
right,
to get in between that. Let's just say if this dude was even, let's say if this dude that so-called was punking me was a heavy hitter in there, right? Then that means I'm obviously a heavy hitter too. You can't not do what I was doing. I don't.
Yeah.
He got it. He
didn't put his hands on Dante. He didn't swing at Dante. He didn't even attempt to. He was just running it. He wasn't even.
He knows so much was going on. What was this argument about?
Well, I mean, he really don't go to breakfast, but they had pancakes this day.
Yeah, but
even in Dante's, immediate range, he was just running it. It didn't bode well with Dante, evidently. Next morning for breakfast, Dante didn't say a word. I didn't hear anything. I'm in the breakfast line again. I think they was having like pancakes. Like I said, I rarely ate. Prison food is nasty, but this particular facility we was at, the food was decent. So they was having like pancakes or something. So I got up. Now, before I go there, this is very, very important.
Okay.
The dude, when I said that he never touched Dante, that he never, swung on him or anything, he got in his fighting stance and he was telling Dante, square up.
If that would have happened, I'm telling you. Never mind.
Like it, square up. We can get it right now. Square up. That's what it means when you're going to get down. Square up. I had to throw that in. Remember, the dude kept telling Dante to square up. Dante, man, look, man, I don't want no problems, man. Next morning, as I mentioned, same scenario. Dudes in the breakfast line.
Hey, on the real, I do got real enemies, right? That don't like me, but not if we see each other, we wouldn't try to harm each other. But I have real people that don't like me, that been locked up with me, and people from the streets, they know that ain't my character at all. you squaring up with me. This go way back, man. I'm gonna tell you. You know what? This is so funny because for my Flint, for my people that's from Flint, that's in the building, and I'm talking about from elementary. Elementary. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. So my very first fight, right? I had a homeboy, me and my homeboy, right? We was at my house in the garage, and there was a girl that lived down the street. She had an older brother. So the girl and my friend is up in the garage, but at the top, and they kissing. The brother, the older brother, finds out that they was kissing, and he beat the dog crap out of my friend. Now, I ran in the house. I think I was maybe about, I don't know, maybe 9. I want to say 9 years old. Dude was like 12 years old, the older brother, and my friend was like 9 years old or 8 years old. I'm not sure. And the girl was probably 9 or 10. So the big brother did what he's supposed to did. So he beat up my friend, and I run in the house. I supposed to help him, right? In hindsight. But I let him get his ass kicked, right? And I run in the house, right? Punk move, right? So the next day after school, he calls my name, and I said start running, and he catch up to me, and he knocked me down, and he's standing over me, and he punching on me, right? He punching on me, and I'm blocking like this, and he like yeah, what's up, and I'm saying it ain't nothing, right? And I did not fight back. All that day, when I got home, I was stewing. I couldn't sleep. It was just on me. I'm like, why I didn't fight back? Why I didn't fight back? And I said, you know what? I got to do something to him. So the next day at school, he's sitting on the desk talking to this girl. And I just walk up to him, and he like, what you gonna do? And I just go, boom. I hit him. It did not phase him. He jumped off that desk and whooped my ass again. But I tried to fight back this time. So as I'm on the ground while he whipping me out, it's good. I'm cool because I'm trying to fight back. He just more stronger, and the whole night I can't beat him. But from that day on, it was what it was. So that carried on throughout my life. Of you can't, I can't let stuff stew. You know what I'm saying? I have to address it right then and there. So when he's talking about that, I just said I don't want no issues, and I just let it ride that whole day. that's that. I'm just giving y'all the origins of Donta and where my I guess I'm just not this. I'm not going for that. Let's see what he got to say.
Donta's in the back. Dude's kind of up close to the front. Donta had already went through the line. Initially, he had went through the line, got his tray or whatever, came back, gave his food to somebody else. He took that at breakfast tray, at prison tray. Now, for you all that never been to prison, those trays are about, man, they at least 3 inches thick, at least. Big trays. I'm talking about hard trays. Pause. Donta grabbed his tray, very calmly, act as though he was going to the trash can to, scrape his tray out. Grabs that tray. Boom! His dude in the back of the head. I'm talking about he splits him. I'm talking about he splits dude. Hit him in the back of the head. So when you get hit in the back of the head, you don't know what's going on. Dude never even knew. Donta had his shoes on that morning. So he hits dude in the back of the head. Boom. Dude's like, you know how it is, your reaction when you get hit in the back of the head, and you trying to figure out and turn around and see what's going on, but you trying to throw your arms up and block or whatever. Donta hits him again. Boom. He hits the dude probably about 4 or 5 times with the tray. So Dude is kind of like out of it. He's woozy. His legs are gone or whatever. He falls on the ground. When he falls on the ground, Donta commences to hit him with the tray. Boom, boom. So the dude's trying to crawl up under the table to, get away from Donta. Dude's under the table, but half his body is still hanging out. It was kind of funny, man, to be honest. So now the COs don't even see what's going on. Believe it or not, at this point, the COs don't even see what's going on.
Hold on, let's put a pause right there. There's a lot to unpack. Again, I have had incidents where I did put hands on people. There was incidents where I did push one of these up in somebody. There has been many incidents where I have chastised people with a food tray. Okay. One of the ways that I did get away with getting away with stuff in a chow hall, the lunchroom, that there was guards that I'm just going to say, well, look the other way when it came to me. Okay. I'm not sure that I don't know exactly what he's talking about. It kind of sounds familiar, but I think he's mixing up stories. I think that he is I think that he's because it sounds because I don't get me wrong. I have done things in a lunchroom, but I never got locked up for it because for one reason or another, things was going on in there, and it was made sure that Donta's name didn't get brought up in something, even if I did do something. But here's the bottom line to it. I think that a lot of stuff that he's telling y'all, maybe it sound like he was there. It sounded like he was there. It looks like maybe 85% of what he's saying is the truth, but the other 15%, either I don't know how long he's been locked up. And also at this place that he's talking about, I think I was only there for maybe 2 years at best.
Mm.
But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he's mixing up stories or I don't know. You got something to say, Kiki?
Well, I mean, him being hungry and all, and not really visiting the chow hall like that, and seeing all these events that occurred. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the hunger was getting to him. I mean, I don't understand how it could be cameras in the place, there's COs in the place. You got this one. You taking this steel tray. You're beating a man until he's like out of it, senseless, on the ground, crawling up under a table to get away. I'm sure inmates are not just still sitting there eating their cornbread. They're getting out of the way, and no guards noticed it that day.
Hold on. You know what? I think I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about, but let's get this clear. Nobody punked Donta in no dang line. Nobody ever screamed on me. If that ever happened, it would have been violent. Let me tell you something. I could get away with things Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when certain guards was on duty, okay, for first shift and third shift. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Donta, that was my prison. That was my yard. That was my dorm. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, first shift, third shift. Throughout the night, that's all me.
All right,
So,
let's give you that. Let's give you that. So you're telling me that this guy who's in prison, been in prison, knowing that people can have certain guards, pretty much, on lock, he's going to stand in front of you and say, get him up. And then you say no, and he says, okay. And he don't have his guard up, nothing. He just going to eat casually as if we are, I don't know, at, Red Lobster, I guess.
you know what? And I'm gonna be real about something. Even though this dude is coming after me, now that I'm really thinking about it, even though this dude is coming after me and trying to expose me, Where we was at was a level 4. So you had to be somebody, you had to be a violent offender to be where we was at. So, like I said, I don't really remember this dude. I don't know who this dude is. But he obviously know who I am and he
He knows
kind of
you.
looks familiar or whatever, but to his credit, to his credit, he had to put some work in for him to be where we was at. So to his credit, I'm not gonna say he a nobody. I'm not gonna say that at all. But I am going to say that he got to be mixing up his stories because he need to get in contact with somebody that he was with that was dealing with us too, so they can have a conversation. Because hey, like you said, I'm the clout, I'm the big dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't my job to clear this up. He gonna have to clear this up. He gonna have to reach out to some cats that was locked up with us at that time to get the story straight. Because 85% of what he said is right, and the other 15%, he either he making it up to make me look bad and trying to whatever he trying to do, or he just mistaken, and he need to holler at some cats that we was locked up with to get that straightened out. But I'm not about to straighten it out. But I
Right.
know one thing though. My bottom line is this: where we was at, you had to put in some work to get there. So it wasn't no chumps around there. Um, So he had to be somebody. But I just don't remember this dude. And a lot of the things that he's saying, I don't know, because I was always into something. I was, especially in that child hall. But there was one thing for a fact. If this happened on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, he know. If he was watching me like he say he was watching me, he knew that wasn't happening. And that's just off the guards. We ain't talking about my people in there. But we gonna keep it going. We almost at the end. We almost at the end, y'all.
But it gets loud because Dante's like, nah, square up, square up. Boom. Every time he swung at Trey or every time he hit him, he just yelled, square up, square up.
Hold on.
Boom. I'm talking
Hold
about,
on.
man, he
Hold on. Let me rewind that back. Let me rewind that back because the people might be lost in what he talked about. He's saying, I'm not gonna say what he's saying. Let's see what he's saying.
very calmly act as though he was going to the dudes in the breakfast line. Dante's in the back. Dude's kind of up close to the front. Dante had already went through the line initially. He had went through the line, got his tray or whatever, came back, gave his food to somebody else. He took that at breakfast tray, at prison tray. Now, for you all that never been to prison, those trays are about, man, they at least 3 inches thick. At least. Big trays. I'm talking about hard trays. Pause. Dante grabbed his tray, very calmly, act as though he was going to the trash can to, scrape his tray out.
Man,
Grabbed
he
that
is
tray.
watching.
Boom! His dude in the back of the head. I'm talking about he splits him. I'm talking about he splits dude. Hit him in the back of the head. So when you get hit in the back of the head, you don't know what's going on. Dude never even knew. Dante had his shoes on that morning. So he hits dude in the back of the head. Boom. Dude's like, you know how it is, your reaction when you get hit in the back of the head and you trying to figure out and turn around and see what's going on, but you trying to throw your arms up and block or whatever. Dante hits him again. Boom. He hits the dude probably about 4 or 5 times with the tray. So dude is kind of like out of it. He's woozy. His legs are gone or whatever. He falls on the ground. When he falls on the ground, Dante commences to hit him with the tray. Boom. Boom. So the dude's trying to crawl up under the table to, get away from Dante. Dude's under the table, but half his body is still hanging out. It was kind of funny, man, to be honest.
Let me say this. The only reason why I kind of have just a little small problem with this video is that, first of all, I get when you are in entertainment like we are in, see, I mentor juveniles, right? I don't want nobody that's watching this video to think that I'm not glorifying this at all. I don't glorify prison or none of that. I'm just here to provide entertainment for y'all, but I would never ever tell y'all to go get locked up and go do something crazy. I don't want people thinking that, when you go to prison, it's all fun and games, because at any given time, you could lose your life in there, or you can do something crazy like I supposedly been doing allegedly, and get sent to a level 5 maximum and never see the day of light ever again. So don't ever think that I'm glorifying prison or anything like that, because that is not the case.
So
So
now
Dante, one question before you
COs
go
don't even
on.
see what's going.
He's saying the guy got hit in the back of the head and
Uh-huh.
starts doing like that. Who gets hit in the back of the head and covers their front?
Well, um, I think I remember this incident because there's two incidents. There was a time that somebody owed me something, and my cousin told me not to do something to him because he owed him and he wanted to get what he needed to get up out of him before I did something to him. Um, but I didn't use no tray at this time. The dude actually shoulder bumped me. Yeah, I'm always getting shoulder bumped for some reason. This dude that just didn't give a F, didn't care about anything, he shoulder bumped me when I was at the table, and I'm like, did this dude? Now this is the funny thing. Nobody seen when this happened to me, but this dude walked past me, shoulder bumped me while I was sitting down at the table, and went over here to the left table and sat down, was just looking at me like, and what you gonna do, type of vibe. So I'm like, hold on, did this dude? I'm saying to myself like, did this dude really just bump me? So I'm like, okay. So then I stood up and I went over there and I was like, get up. And he was like, what? I was like, get up before I beat your way sitting down. And he was like, man, move around, move around. And I was like, I'm gonna tell you one more time, get up before I beat your way. And at this time, Gene and them getting up, homicide them coming over. I'm like, no, y'all stay back. I got this. And he like, man, like I said, man, and then I just started whooping on him. And now I remember hitting on him, and he balled up, and he tried to like go under the table or something. It was like the lunchroom table. So he tried to go under the lunchroom table, and I grabbed him by his collar, and I started hitting him in his face, and then I slammed him on the table. And then he kept like trying to kick because he was on his back at this time. He was like trying to kick, but I was like up on him like this, trying to choke him out. And then I grabbed him again and slung him back under the table. Now I remember that happening, but I don't remember. Now that was one thing, but I remember that clearly. I didn't use a tray. Now there was a times that I did use a tray on somebody numerous times, but I don't know if I have somebody running under the table. I know sometimes I just walk up to somebody while they running their mouth and they see me, so I'm not sneak. They see I got it, and I'm like, "What you say?" And they keep popping off, and I just go boom, or I stay with the tray. So it is what it is. I don't know. But let's get through this. Let's steam through this.
Going on. Believe it or not, at this point, the COs don't even see what's going on. But it gets loud because Dante's like, "Nah, square up, square up." Boom! Every time he swung at Trey, or every time he hit him, he just yelled, "Square up, square up." Boom! I'm talking about, man, he's hitting dude wherever he can hit him at. His head's, like I said, kind of covered, so he's not really getting hit in the head, but like he's getting hit in the elbows, the knees, the legs, wherever Dante can hit him at, he's hitting him. And all he kept doing was telling the dude, "Square up," every time, and he was just so loud with it. Boom! Finally, they come running there like the goon squad or whatever. They come rushing in there. Signal 7 and unit, Signal 7, that's how they do. Signal 7 or whatever. So they run in. Signal 7 means a fight. So that means whatever you're doing, drop what you're doing and immediately head to, the unit or whatever, the chow hall. Dante's hitting the dude or whatever. The first officer that gets there, the cooler officer or whatever, He's telling Donta to drop the tray, man. They got their mace. Now, actually, it's bear spray. In prison, they walk around with fire extinguishers on their hip, man. Literally fire, like the size of fire extinguishers. You know what I mean? They spray you with that. Oh, man, it's not a good thing. So they telling Donta, hey, drop the tray, man. Donta's like, hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You spray me with that, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat your A. Try not to cuss on YouTube. So the dude's like, look, man, I told you drop the tray. Then more and more come. So now it's like, I don't know, it's maybe 3 or 4 of them. But they was afraid of Donta for whatever reason. Not to,
See, he's dropping jewels. He's telling y'all some things, but y'all just got to catch it. He's saying something without saying it. For him to say, like, some of these guards was afraid of me, I'm not the toughest guy in there. I'm not the biggest dude in there. It's obviously some of these guards know, like, if we touch them, there could be a big blowback, right? If we touch them, it's when I say I'm just going to say I was probably now understand this was a big prison, okay? We probably had, without really giving a location, I'm just going to say we had four yards, four different yards. I had my hand in 3 of them yards. I had stuff going on in 3 different dormitories. So it would only make sense that if I got my hand in 3 different dormitories and you got guards that they got to do their job, but it's like if we do our job and Donta get pissed off, something could happen to one of us or some of us if this go wrong. I'm not talking about no mafia stuff or anything like that. It's just business as usual in prison. Okay. Some of these cats, without saying it, got people out there in the real world that they rent was getting paid by the service of Donta's network. Cardinals was getting paid. You got people, elderly grandparents that their family done abandoned, that people that's in there can't afford certain things, and Donta services took care of that. So when you see Donta wilding out with a tray and just beat the brakes off of somebody, you don't really want to cross them because like, we got to do our job, but at the same time, it's like, So let's see what else I'm curious what he about to say next.
I'm going to beat your A. Try not to cuss on YouTube. So the dude's like, look, man, I told you drop the tray. Then more and more come. So now it's like, I don't know, it's maybe 3 or 4 of them. But they was afraid of Donta for whatever reason. Not to, say that they shouldn't have been, but he just had a tray. Y'all got bird spray. Y'all got all type of stuff. So they end up spraying Donta or whatever. They spray him because he won't drop the tray. He hits one of the officers, though. Boom! Even though he just got sprayed, he still hits one of the officers, but he don't really connect too well because he can't really see. They get him, throw him in cuffs or whatever, take him to the hole, probably beat him up in the hole, to be honest, depending on who the officers were.
It's a negative. That definitely wouldn't have happened. Definitely wouldn't have happened.
And he got shipped to another facility. See, when an incident like
that's not true. It's not true, but we're gonna let him continue.
Like that happens, there is no we're gonna let you back out on the yard. No, you just split dude's wig with this trade like 20 times. Man, we just gonna let both people back out on the yard. See, these are the things that I speak of, like, and when I listen to his stories, it's like, come on, Donta, man. Some of the things you saying is just, I just think that, I don't know. I don't really want to say, but he has some, some hella fast stories.
Check this out. Based off the 2 stories that he told y'all, right? Them sound like 2 hellified stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
So And there's okay, we almost there. And there ain't nothing in that damn cup.
But those were two incidents that I seen Donta. Like I said, he got sent away because what happens is you go to the hole, you go to court call, if they even give you a court call.
I
Most of the
didn't
time, you're
go
not even going to get a
nowhere.
court call.
I didn't go nowhere.
Court call is just basically they call you in on this date. You were seen doing this. How do you plead guilty, innocent, whatever, or not guilty? The committee recommends 90 days, good time loss, but it is restorable, and 15 days in the hole, 30 days in the hole. Sometimes they'll press outside charges. He was very, very lucky that the dude didn't press outside charges on him. Being in a Commonwealth state, the dude really wouldn't have to. The Commonwealth would pick it up. But nevertheless, they didn't press outside charges on him. And he goes to the hole for however long, and then he gets sent to a higher level facility. So I never seen.
Now let me tell y'all something. We was at a level 4. You have to be so. Y'all gotta understand. It's 5 levels in prison. The level 1 is like camps. People just want to go home. Is low risk offenders. Level 2, you might have got caught with something or a fight here and there. Level 3, it just things just keep escalating. Where I was at, where he was at, was a level 4, and that was a dangerous place. All right, that was the Terror Dome. Level 5 is when I went to next, and this is where KB come into play. This is where Sweet Low come into place. This is where um, I was. Everybody had a knife. Okay, I wasn't the only one that had a knife. Everybody was putting in work. Okay, I wasn't the only one. The level 5, you have to be. This is where you separate. Everybody is a wolf, right? And a level 5. But then everybody, all the predators go to a level 5. All predators go to level 5, right? Whether it's extortion, drugs, stabbing, extorting CO, whatever it is, you have to be somebody for real, to be at a level 5. But here's the problem. If all predators go to a level 5, that means sometimes this is where the predators become prey. Somebody got to be a prey. Somebody got to get ran down on. Somebody got to be the victim. This is where the victimizers become victims. Do y'all see any cuts on my face? That's a clear sign that you know what was going on in there. Do you see any cuts on my face? And where he talked about where I went with I'm not going to talk about, because I got some real stuff still going on there and people there. If you got a cut from here, well, if y'all can see right here, from here to here, you know who was prey. If you walked around with that scar on your face, that wasn't because you was in there putting work. That was because you weren't respecting and you had work put on you. Donta ain't got no cuts on his face. And the cut on the face, yeah, I got stabbed right here. I'll show y'all another day. People, y'all done seen it. But that was when I was in a knife fight. But in this level 5, for you to get that cut on your face, whole nother ball game. That wasn't a badge of honor. That was not no badge of honor. If any cats come out here talking about, yeah, I was in there putting in work and I got that, okay. Y'all see Donta got a smooth baby face. Yeah, but we're not even going to talk about that because I can't even blow that whole spot up right there. Just put it this way, okay? You have all predators go to the level 5. But sometimes predators become prey at the level 5. And Donta was on top of that food chain. And yes, everybody did have a knife. And everybody would push that blade. However, you got to be willing to go the extra mile. And like I said, 2 things. I'm not becoming a homosexual, right? And I'm not dying in here. The same rules apply. Penitentiary rules are in full effect. Now he got 4 more minutes to talk.
Seen Donta again in the prison system. Seen him out here on the streets. Like I said, he frequents Kentucky sometimes. I've been in contact with him. We talked, but when it came to...
No, we didn't. I don't know this guy. If somebody posing, Kiki, you got my direct number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, you got my direct number, right? Funny thing is, my direct number, which is now my business number, this is how we gonna catch him. The reason he might got my number, but he wasn't talking to me. Everybody that been rocking with me for a long time, y'all know who Tommy is, right? Y'all know who Tommy is, and y'all know who my assistant Keith is. So if anything, everybody know that I don't always have this phone. I don't always have this phone right here. This is when I'm talking to people and they say, and I say, are you on an Android? Right? This is my business phone. Or am I on an iPhone? This is my personal number right here. Nobody got this number, right? So anybody got this number, this is the number that got leaked out that my assistants be having, right? Business phone, personal phone, right? These is the 2 iPhones. So I don't know who he was talking to on this phone. A lot of people be having this phone, right? Kiki, you got this number on this phone that nobody sees. So I don't know who he was talking to. He claimed he was talking to me. Y'all, I don't know this dude. He might know me. I don't know.
I never seen Donta again in the prison system. Seen him out here on the streets. Like I said, he frequents Kentucky sometimes. I've been in...
Is he stalking me?
Sounds like it.
Because I never seen this dude out here in the streets. I never seen this guy out here in the streets.
I mean, he sees you a lot.
In the prison system. Seen him out here on the streets. Like I said, he frequents Kentucky sometimes. I've been in contact with him. We talked, but when it came to my attention that he was, kind of talking trash about me, I'm like, I mean, what is this about? I thought we was cool. I ain't never said anything bad about you. I never mentioned your name. I never said anything about the Donta Network show.
I'm going to give him exactly what he wants. I need everybody that's watching this video to go over there and subscribe to that man and hit that like button. Get in his comment section and tell him that Donta, you know what? I done did a lot of bad things to a lot of people in prison. Either because they done crossed me in some type of, anything that I did to anybody in prison, they had it coming. I am who I am. I just done calmed down a whole lot. Okay? But I can't even say unrighteously, because y'all got to understand, prison is a whole nother ball game. Prison is the wild, wild west. You got to be able to do, and I don't want to make excuses, but it is what it is, man. Either you're going to be predator or prey, and it's just what it is. And I don't know, man, but he said that I was talking bad about him out here in the streets. I don't know this dude. He said I've been making videos about him. He thought we was cool. This seemed like a fatal attraction type of thing. But I'm going to give him his attention. Real Kids TV 859. Y'all go subscribe to that brother. Okay, go subscribe to that brother.
It came to my attention that he was, kind of talking trash about me. I'm like, I mean, what is this about? I thought we was cool. I ain't never said anything bad about you. I never mentioned your name. I never said anything about the Donta Network show. Never. I've never said anything. I'm just a little YouTuber, man, trying to, make my way through the ranks, man, the right way. So those were the 2 encounters. But all this, he was pushing a blade in prison, and they was extorting people, and he had a clique, and maybe in another prison. It could have been. I never seen that. Yeah, he had a click. Don't get me wrong. He ain't no punk or nothing like that. But
So did I have a click or I didn't
Or
have a
not.
click? Who was the guys that my runners? Who? What do you think runners are? Out of his own mouth, his own words.
network show. Never. I've never said anything. I'm just a little YouTuber, man, trying to,
Hold
make
on.
my
He
way
don't
through
know
the
about the
ranks, man.
show,
Right.
but he don't watch multiple videos. He said here that he's watched multiple videos, but okay. Your last name is not on the show, so
So
I don't know how he would know it was you that he was locked up with of all the people on YouTube. But okay.
those are the two encounters. But all this, he was pushing a blade in prison and they was extorting people and he had a clique and maybe in another prison. It could have been. I never seen that. Yeah, he had a clique. Don't get me wrong. He ain't no punk or nothing like that. But I ain't never seen.
I'm glad he admitted that I wasn't no punk or nothing like that. So let's just, at least he told the halfway truth about that.
Thing bad about you. I never mentioned your name. I never said anything about the Donta Network show. Never. I've never said anything. I'm just a little YouTuber, man, trying to, make my way through the ranks, man, the right way. So those are the two encounters. But all this, he was pushing a blade in prison and they was extorting people and he had a clique and maybe in another prison. It could have been. I never seen that. Yeah, he had a clique. Don't get me wrong. He ain't no punk or nothing like that. But I ain't never see a lot of that stuff that he talks about. I didn't see it. But it's strength in numbers. So I guess you probably could extort somebody and take people's commissary bags, or, you tell a person, look, man, we're going to keep them up off you, but we need $50 a week or however much. Yeah, you probably could do that. That does go down in prison, especially if you have numbers. But I didn't see Donta moving like that. Donta was just one of them dudes. He loved to play poker. He liked sports. He going to mind his business for the most part. He didn't really fool with a whole lot of people. He going to hold his own. He going to stand up for himself. If he has a problem, he don't really go around starting stuff or whatever. But I seen a mild-mannered dude in there that was just trying to do his time. So all of this, I was extorting people and I was.
Did I tell y'all, or did he tell y'all that I blew somebody's head off with a tray and chased somebody under the table with a tray? Did I say that or did he say that?
He did, and he said you were saying, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
But I was
right, you was mouthing off. Yeah, he said that you was also pressuring somebody for $60 and $10, but you was in their face too. Yeah, he said that, yeah, you wasn't minding your business. You was trying to go and gather people and reach them and get them all the way together.
He said that I was mild-mannered too. Listen to him.
Yeah, you probably could do that. That does go down in prison, especially if you have numbers. But I didn't see Donta moving like that. Donta was just one of them dudes. He loved to play poker. He liked sports. He gonna mind his business for the most part. He didn't really fool with a whole lot of people. He gonna hold his own. He gonna stand up for himself. If he has a problem, he don't really go around starting stuff or whatever. But I seen a mild-mannered dude in there that was just trying to do his time. So all of this, I was extorting people and we was running in the cell, the mask on or without the mask, you know what it is, get it out. Man, I ain't never see it. I never seen it. I'm not that type of individual myself. I in jail, just out here on the street, I mind my business, man. I don't bother.
I guarantee you, now that I'm thinking about it, I would never put this on a man, and I don't want to glorify it, but I guarantee you, he probably was somebody that I did something to. He got to be. He has to, you know what? And like I said, I don't really remember this guy. You got it.
I know what you probably did. You beat that man in pickleball. That's the problem.
Probably. That's what.
Beat that man in pickleball.
Yep. That's what happened. He's somebody that I'm never gonna say it because to be in that prison where we was at, you have to be into somebody. So I'm not going to say that he was a nobody. I'm not going to put that on him. But I really do not remember this dude. I done met many. He wasn't on my radar. And if he was gambling, because a lot of stuff he's saying is accurate. It is, but some other stuff that he's saying is not accurate. But I'm almost 100% sure that he probably one of them dudes that admired me. He
You
probably
think?
wanted, yeah, because not everybody could be around me. Who was around me was mainly the people that I knew out in the streets that got locked up with me, right? That was my inner circle. I had an outer circle of a bunch of other cats, but that was dealing with business, and they had to make sure that they have to protect me before they just had to. He was probably one of them dudes that was probably just standing afar, just watching. Like, I just love Dante so much. I just want to be around him like a superstar. He probably was looking at me while I was suited and booted, having cats doing my laundry, having people iron my clothes. He probably was one of them. I don't know him, y'all. We had to be in there together because he know a lot. But I don't know. He probably was a dude that I probably, you know what? He probably was one of the
No,
cats that I
no,
probably just did like this to, but walking
mm-mm,
past on the yard, and me, he
no.
probably, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's it either. I think that he is a fan. I think that he's been watching a lot of your videos. I think he did his homework. So he's taking bits and pieces, a story from here, a story from there, and from where you were or what type of stuff. And he's put it all together. And from his experience in prison, maybe perhaps he did go to prison. So he put it all in the pot with that, made it up, mixed it up, and served some nice little gumbo. Like he knows you. He says he barely mentions your name. Yeah, he mentions your name 237 million times in this video. Plus, he has your name in the title and your picture, and he knows all of these backstories from your channel. And now he knows you from Kentucky, although he never said where in Kentucky he ran into you. No.
Yeah. Hey, all I gotta say, mental illness is a real thing. Okay,
It is.
I'm not even mad at the brother. I'm not, and I'm gonna call him a brother because he's a black man. There's obviously a fasci. Y'all know I can't talk. Help me with the word. Affactiated. What's the word?
Infatuated.
Yeah, he's infatuated with me. So you know what? If we was on the same yard in the same prison, he was infatuated with me. He was looking at me with the Google eyes. He was probably just, you know what I'm saying? I probably walked past him on the yard with my crew, and I probably did like this to him, like saying what's up, just doing that. Or maybe I was doing that to somebody else, looking past him. But he was like, oh, Dante recognized me. And it had a fatal attraction moment. I don't know. I don't know.
So he
But
does all of that. Then he makes a YouTube channel and he happens to find your YouTube channel and then do a whole video dedicated to you. And then drops down in your chat while you're live very conveniently. It's giving. Yeah, I think we got something in common, Dante, and I think it starts with the letter K. So yeah, just know that that's what they do.
yeah, I don't know if dude freaked out or whatever. But hold on, we almost at the end. We almost end. I know it's grueling. But let's get to the end.
Nobody, I don't, you come to me, you bring it to me, then I got to, I'm a man first, so I got to handle my own, I got to handle my business. But I wasn't in there carrying, I ain't never had no blades or claimed to have no blades, none of that stuff. I got over 11 years in calendars. So like I said, man, Dante, man, I think that he gets caught up sometimes in other people's stories or things that he's seen from other people. Because I ain't never see you do it, Dante. And I'm going to just keep it real with you. And I'm not going to do no talking to this person and talking to that person. I'm telling you directly. There's no reason to have Real Ken's TV's name in your mouth unless it's something positive. Because I ain't never said nothing bad about you. Even in this video, I ain't really said anything bad about you. I just got to keep it real. How am I gonna be called Real Kens TV if I can't keep it real, man? Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. When I said this action and this heat, let's rewind. Anytime I bring you this action and this heat, you're amongst the first to receive. Now, the reason I got a kick out of that, because I'm not going to lie, when Donta hit that dude, that's how it sounded. Hey, I bet that dude had nightmares, man, waking up in the middle of the night, square up, square up. Man, Donta beat the brakes off that dude with that prison tray, man. He did. He definitely did, man. But all that, like I said, running into cells and all that stuff and extorting people, man, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Y'all make sure Donta gets his video. Holla at me, big boy. I've been looking for you. You ain't changed your number on me. Get at me, Real Kens TV.
Okay. He even got both of my pictures on this.
Double. 2 for 1. Wow. It's giving obsessed. Seriously.
Oh. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this man got me tattooed on his body somewhere. I wouldn't be.
Wait. I just have a question.
Oh.
That right there in purple, is that your channel or is that on his channel?
This is his channel.
His channel says the Donta Show with your picture up there?
Listen, this is his intro. Look, hold up. Listen, this is video. Look.
Everybody, the whole day. Man, dude punked Donta out, man. Donta got punked out in the chow hall line, in the breakfast line, man. He wasn't feeling that whatsoever. He didn't put his hands on Donta. He didn't swing at Donta. He didn't even attempt to. He was just running it. He wasn't even in Dante's.
He got a good editor.
Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this afternoon's video, if you will. You know, for you all that have been following me and, you know, keeping up with my channel over the last 11 months, you'll notice that everything that I tend to...
That's all right. Don't even worry about it.
Upload is relative, you know, it's positive. You know, I try to stay away from the negativity because it's, you know, it's enough room for everybody in this game, you know. But at the same time, man, this character Donta, the Donta Network show, you know, he's I don't know, man. It's like he just loves to keep my name in his mouth, and I don't understand.
Okay. Have anybody ever heard me mention this guy's name?
No.
One video.
No.
Produce one video. Just produce one video. Just, I want to, where, when, I don't.
No.
This man went so, hold up, man. This brother done went so far. He done, wow.
But at the same time, man.
Hold on.
Not your name.
And if you think about it, you can tell that this dude is in love with me. I'm gonna show you how. Watch his facial expressions, and he got the lick in his lips. Watch this.
From the negativity, because it's, you know, it's enough room for everybody in this game, you know. But at the same time, man, this character Donta, the Donta Network show, you know, he's I don't know, man. It's like he just loves to keep my name in his mouth, and I don't understand. I don't understand because Donta and I, you know, we had a pretty decent relationship. So I thought.
Relationship? Hey, that's it. I got something that's even more crazy. Look at
Okay.
him. Why is he wearing the whole color scheme? He's like got on the same color. He's following the color scheme. Like I don't know. I don't know if he can see you somewhere. I don't know if he's close by. You know, it's just kind of weird. Like I don't know.
Hey, listen, check this out, man. Like I said, this dude right here, man. Um, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to hire security when I'm in Kentucky too, because this dude obviously know my moves. He, I don't know what's going on here, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Oh, he have made other videos about me. Hold up, hold on. This is his page, y'all. So let's see. Okay, I see me right here. Say Dante Show Network pull up on Fleece Johnson. So he been watching me. What's this about?
Yeah, he named several videos that you did about him. I mean, yeah, that you did. He said he watched several of your videos.
Huh. But he said he never name dropped me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He never name dropped me.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson responded, on Hustle Spirit, a couple things back or what have you. Well, on this particular day,
Hold on.
yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit that post
Wait a minute,
notification every time I
Dante.
bring this
Question:
action and this heat. Guess what?
Uh-huh.
why is he always wearing that same hoodie?
He probably made this in the same day.
Oh
I
wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
Amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this evening's video, if you will. 6:26 Tuesday evening. I got a special treat for you all. For you all that's not familiar with Fleece Johnson, go check out Hustler Spirit 502 featuring Fleece Johnson and Big Lee. Big Lee's the interviewer. There's been an ongoing feud going on, and it's friendly. It's an ongoing feud between Fleece Johnson and the Donta Network. If y'all not familiar with his YouTube channel, go check him out, man. He's a guy that's been in prison, such as myself, such as Fleece Johnson. The two of them had been going back and forth for whatever reason.
But he mind his
Donta had a problem with
business.
Fleece Johnson. Certain things that he said he took offense to.
You're right, but he mind his own business,
He
right?
mind his business.
You know what? Actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, he does look familiar. He do look familiar, actually. I I can't say nothing bad about him. He now that I'm really actually hearing his voice and stuff like that, he does look familiar. But I can't really. I don't know. Maybe he was sitting in on a poker, but I didn't know him enough to. I don't even know his name. Is it Kenny? Or I don't know. I don't know this dude.
Mhm.
But obviously, I don't know. But shout out to Real Kens TV.
Shout out to
You know what I'm
Rokins.
saying? Yep. And I don't let me tell people something. I don't got no issues with this cat. Um, I think he is in love with me. Number one. Number two, I can't take nothing away from him. Oh, this must be his prison pick right here, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, just him without the beard. You see, he ain't got the beard here. So maybe that's who he was in prison right there. I don't. He said he did 11 years. So I don't know. But I know one thing. To be where we was at, and he obviously was there because he know too much. you have to be a somebody. So I'm not gonna call him a nobody. So, but I don't understand what's going on here. Like I said, maybe in them 11 years, he done got bust upside his head so many times that it's knocked his noodles loose and he conflicting stories or something. I don't know. But um he have to be a somebody to been there. So I give him that. I'm not going to say that he's soft. I'm not going to call him a punk because I know everybody that was at that level 4 was a somebody and will get down. So I would that's the only thing that I'm going to give him. Besides the other stuff he was talking about, maybe 90% of it was true and the other 10% is fuzzy. I don't know. But he certainly got his response. Um, and all I gotta say is, on a serious note, I don't got no problem with this cat. He's another brother, and he a prison dude, obviously. So shout out to Real Kids TV 859. Y'all go subscribe to this man. I'm pretty sure he got some good content. Um, I see Jay Williams up in there. I don't know what he's saying about him, but it is what it is. But enough of this guy. Yeah, I don't know. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I hope nobody got, you know, freaked out of what this dude was saying, and I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words, but no, the reason why I'm saying I want to read this dude comment right quick. He say Dante did lose cool points for telling me to subscribe to a clown who disrespect you in front of us, but it is what it is. See, the thing is, y'all gotta understand something. I don't. When people disrespect me, that's cool because I know who I am. I know that damn near 9 times out of 10, unless you got a death wish, really, that you're not going to step into my facility and try to do something to me. Because I'm gonna see it coming from a long, long way. I've been had my smarts and my wits before prison. Okay. Um, and if you know me in real life, you know you just can't come up to me even if I'm by myself. If you take that chance, that's just on you. Whatever happens, happens. But I guarantee you, I'm always on it, and I always got something on me, and I don't really got to use nothing. We can just go however you want to take it. We just go. But I'm a man of peace. I'm not a violent man. If somebody approach me, I'm running. I'm getting out of there because I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody suing me. I don't want to go to jail. None of that. But if you bag me into a corner that I can't get out of, I gotta go through you. I gotta get you down so I can get out of there. So just a fair warning for anybody that might want to approach me. Just give me a way out. I don't want no problems with you. I'm a punk. I'm whatever you want to call me. It is what it is. I don't want no issues at all. Just do not back me into a corner and I'm gonna have to go through you. Just that's all I ask. Please.
Period.
But um I hope y'all enjoyed this real creepy live tonight. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all had a good time. And like I said, shout out to Real Kens TV, man. Y'all go support that brother. I know it's weird me saying it. Go support that brother.
Yeah, nobody's hating. Shout out to you, Ken.
Yep. So, Kiki, we is you doing something on your channel tonight?
No, I actually already did something to on my channel earlier. I had an interview with ATM, which is another large YouTuber. He does the homeless and the street interviews and stuff like that. He was able to come by the channel.
So hold up. So it's 3 people that do it?
Well, he's got like 175,000 subscribers. He does it. He does like Pennsylvania. He does street interviews in Philly. like
Oh,
Kensington Avenue or something like that. Yeah, he does those, and his channel is very very successful as well. But it's different than the Atlanta Street interviews.
and pull up and chat.
Pull up and chat. Honestly, even though I haven't watched him, let me just say that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to check them out then.
Yeah, I'll check out Pull Up and Chat. A lot of people are telling me that I should check him out. So yeah, I don't have a problem checking him out. But yeah, ATM All Time Media has been around for 2 years, and they
Mm.
have a large following. And they have, like I said, he's got like his videos like over 150,000 views. Like he has good content.
Maybe y'all should start a interview people in the streets. Maybe y'all should do that.
Yeah, if you're interested in them, like I'm interested in like what made you start doing this? Like, tell me about some of the people because I follow the people on their channels and I want to know like how did you find out that this person passed away or what happened with this, Yeah, so it gets interesting and a lot of my subscribers they are into the same thing. A lot of
Mm.
my subscribers also watch your channel because they were interested like it's called the street sector or whatever because we're interested in what happens in the streets. Period.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting right there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out because I was actually when I was in Detroit today, I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe I should start doing, but I wouldn't promote it. I would just see what it do. Just
Mm-hmm.
do about like 50 50 interviews or whatever, and see where it go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will see where that go. So, um, I thinking that maybe I don't know. I don't know. I do got a lot of that is something. This oh no, I can't tell everybody that. But I got some documentaries that's coming out and I'm gonna be working on tomorrow also. So it's gonna be pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty
I put my microphone up because I saw in the chat some thought it was too loud, so I lifted it.
no, you was perfect. You was perfect.
Okay.
You was
Thank
perfect.
you.
So um I don't know. These are just old chats. I got to get somebody to to post the comments when a video going.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dang
I don't.
comments.
I think only the host can do that. Yeah, I can't. I'm not able to do it from my side.
Oh, rest is no more. You still in here? I did not see you up in here. Where have you been at? Hey, listen. Shout out to the most electrifying subscribers in sports entertainment. Okay, for everybody said, I want to thank everybody for hitting the like button. I want to thank everybody for watching the video, sharing the video. Y'all, please go over there and subscribe to Real Kids TV. Please go over there. Matter of fact, Ken. I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna pin Ken's his channel in the comment section. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and show Ken some love. All right, show him some love. And I want to give a shout out to the woman that sent me this hat. It looked nice. I usually
It's
don't wear
nice.
hats, but I'm rocking your hat. Um, there's somebody I got to shout out right quick too.
But let me point out about that hat. What I like about the hat is that the way the cross is on there, it represents what it's supposed to because a lot of brands will put the cross with the cross part dead in the center. And no, it was up higher.
Mm. Um, Miss Paula, if you in the building, um, Paula Collins, if you are in the building, um, P. Collins, I went to the post office. They talking about they can't find it. So tomorrow I'm actually going to go to your website and I'm going to buy it myself and send me a send me a request for the money that you may have lost um sending me your promo stuff. So send me what you have lost, because I want to be. The post office said they don't got it, that they lost it or whatever. So send me a request on Cash App. You got my Cash App. Send me a request of the money that you may have lost, and I have your website here. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm gonna buy the shirts myself. So shout out to you, Paula. I just haven't got it. If you were here, but yeah. So without further ado, it's been a pleasure, Miss Kiki, and um, y'all go subscribe to Kiki channel. I'm gonna have hers pinned up in the comment section, all the way at the top. Also, hey, I started my prank card channel. I'm gonna have that pinned up in the comment section also. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to that too. And now I'm finna get off here. I'm about to work out a little bit, and that's it. Y'all have a good night.